Folks, I'm getting hungry, and you know my favorite part of any meal, snack, or game day app? That's right. The GOAT, or should I say the greatest of all time, Frank's Red Hot. It's got the perfect blend of flavor and heat that elevates all foods, from wings to buffalo chicken dip to even ice cream. That's right, I said ice cream. And with a roster of flavors, from OG to sweet chili, you can put that shit on everything. So make every dish the greatest and eat the GOAT.
Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5, carry the 1, even lower. And when you shop clearance at Sierra, you can save a whole lot more on everything you need to get active and outside. That's a lot of saving. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show.
It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show. It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show. It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show. Whoa, whoa.
It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show. It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show. It's the Brobdingnagian pregame show. Whoa. It's Brobdingnagian. It's Brobdingnagian.
Oye, los huracanes.
It's Brobdingnagian. That means big. It's Brobdingnagian.
Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
I am at a total loss for why Mike Ryan had to leave early. Like, he just had to leave, and he fled the premises 2 hours early because he's got to get ready for the game to do what? You guys want to guess here? Josh Allen has played 7 overtime games. You guys want to guess how many points he has produced in those 7 overtime games in the overtimes?
I don't even know where to start.
3.
I was going to guess 6, so I was overly optimistic there.
And now his coach is fired. And I think the second biggest story, and we'll go out to Tony at La Casa De Los Trucos in just a moment. I think the second biggest story of the weekend, not the officiating, I think it's the Bears not going for 2 after you've tied the game there. And you've got the coach in Ben Johnson who has delivered on his promise of, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to be aggressive. And then you have a chance to go for 2. You haven't been good in short yardage situations. You haven't been good on 4th down. And you settled for the tie when you could have ended Stafford right there.
Wow, I never even considered that. Like, you wanted them to go for 2 there.
I'm just saying the conversation around it. I'm not saying that. I would also have just tied the game, but generally speaking, in almost all circumstances, I want to be in the situation where I have the ball and I need to get 3 yards. I don't want to be in defense on that situation. I'm guessing Rams fans were relieved that the Bears were kicking to tie the game, and I don't want to give them relief. I want to finish them after breaking their heart by throwing to Cole Kmet from 50 yards away.
I think that's exactly right, Dan, is what if you can summon what do they not want us to do more, that's what we should do, first of all. But more broadly, in the QB league, and if you're in a big-time playoff game, you probably have a high-end QB. Do you think he's the best player on the field? Certainly, Ben Johnson took the job with the Bears because that's how much he thought of Caleb Williams. He thinks Caleb Williams is the best player on the field. So which is more likely, that you're going to make 2.5 yards with that stud QB, or you're going to win the coin flip, but then you're going to make the right choice when you win that coin flip. But if you don't win it, then you have to hope they don't score so that you don't have pressure on you. But then you have to get the ball, and then you have to at least match what they did and get all the sequence of events. And by the way, it was snowy out and windy out, and it's not a gimme to make the extra point. So that also should have been a factor in what Ben Johnson did.
I believe that Ben Johnson, if he had gone for 2 there, would have immediately supplanted Mike Ditka as the most popular coach in the history of Bears football if he had gone for 2 and gotten it.
Boy, oh boy, Dan, how about the completion of that football circle, 43 years old, that Tom Osborne had the balls to go for it. It didn't work out for him, but my esteem for him as a man,
Tony,
through the roof.
Tony's shaking his head no at all of this commentary. Tony is pro-cowardice. Tony, what do you have?
No, it's not that I'm pro-cowardice. It's just, playing the result. Man, he should have gone for 2 after an incredible play, one of the most amazing plays we've ever seen in the NFL. But they also, you forget, they were down. They had 4 downs to get a touchdown in the drive prior, ran 3 times, okay, and then threw a terrible pass between 2 people. So it's like, it's tough.
Don't run the
They keep telling
ball
me to drop the cable,
unless
Dan, but I
it's
gotta
with
walk.
your superhero quarterback. Boot him out and put pressure on the defense. 2.5 yards is what you need. Glory.
I agree. Finally with Dameshek.
The thing that I find would have been just great for whatever their next 10 years are together, because Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams give Chicago a hope that it has never had in its franchise's history, because they know they have a quarterback. It's just a great sentence to a statement to give your quarterback here. I trust you with these 2.5 yards in this season more than I trust anything else in the world here. Because in the commentary I was listening to, and Ross Tucker does a great job on these games, what I was listening to Ross Tucker say, and it's accurate, throughout the game he is saying, Caleb Williams is going to be special and magical at the end. He's going to be special and magical at the end. The Bears have never had a quarterback who's that. This is the first quarterback. So give him the ball, give him the game, give him the season. We need 2.5 yards. If I told the Bears before the season, 2.5 yards for your season against the MVP of the league, do you want the ball, or do you want to start playing with all sorts of numbers and randomness in overtime?
You don't do it, Dan. You're exactly right. Listen, there are 2 basic groups of quarterbacks, high-end quarterbacks. There are the assassins, who are Tom Brady. Now, people call them game managers, which is dismissive and marginalizes them. They are assassins, lethally accurate, calculated in their decision-making. Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and now Brock Purdy. On the other side, you have the gunslingers, Favre, Roethlisberger, Elway. That's why I call Caleb Williams Emo Elway. He's going to spray the ball around. He's going to be inaccurate. He is going to cause trouble that he is then going to dig your team out of. He is like Josh Allen. He is like Matthew Stafford. In that spot, one play, and you see the downside of Caleb Williams in overtime. He threw the interception that ultimately...
Well, he's inaccurate.
Is this Dameshek segment?
Football America is the name. We're coming to you right now.
Here?
Football America Mondays and Fridays.
Good stuff there from
Caleb Williams has the worst completion percentage among starters. He is inaccurate. But let's go out to Tony. He's at La Casa de los Trucos. Do you have any OLIs?
Thank you, Dan. Just one OLI for this divisional round matchups. You ready?
I'd like you walking around through the 2 tight quarters there, if it's okay. Is that a bad idea for me to increase the degree of difficulty so we can walk around with you?
No, at all, Dan. I'm gonna just kind of pull stuff off the shelves as I see fit. So this one, little clown, payasito.
Little clown, yeah, for Brad Williams. Get that
it's
for
funnier
Brad
when
Williams.
it has the adjective in the front, little. Okay. All right, OLI. Bo Nix breaking his ankle on a kneel down. Hey, you got to gut through that one. Okay. Shavers, the guy from the Bills, played an entire half of the torn ACL. Like, you got to gut through. You want to be a legend? This is what legends are made of. You got to put up whatever you put, a boot, a cast, I don't care what you do. You got to be out for the AFC Championship.
Why are they already ruling him out? Like, you don't want to try practice a couple days?
By the way, Bo Nix did not hurt his ankle kneeling a football.
No, I think it's the centering of the ball. When he says the second to last play, are we talking about the second to last play?
They're talking from the line of scrimmage.
No, it was the sweep left, that run play to the left. I'm telling you, it was not on any
It's a
kneel
de facto. It's a de facto kneel, though. It's a de facto kneel because he's trying to center the ball and he's also trying to run the clock.
Yeah, you're talking
No,
about
not the kneel
it's
down.
not
though,
that play, Tony. It was the play
that
before.
one.
I don't know about that.
Guys, I know it's a de facto kneel. You're not listening to me. It's a
Tony,
de facto
you're not
kneel down of what
listening.
they were
It's
doing,
the
trying to
play
run the clock.
before the de facto kneel down. That's the play he
Jesus
heard
Christ.
himself.
Okay. All right, number 5. It was never Josh Allen's time. I told you earlier on, we were actually at the overpass where Scarface happened, the Revenga scene. I told you, Josh Allen is Phillip Rivers. He'll never get to the mountaintop. He'll never win a championship. This is just now part of the lore. In an interception, should have been a catch, should have been a pick. We don't know. Bo Nix breaks his ankle. Like, who knows? Josh Allen, never his time, Dan. All right, let's walk a little bit here.
Number 4.
Number 4. Let's see. What do we like off the shelves here? We got some maracas. Number 4, Dan. Seahawks may win a Super Bowl without a QB, which is crazy. Sí, ¿qué tenemos aquí? Oh, ¿puedo coger esto?
Oh, what happened? One of those snapping pops? You got a snapping pop? What got you?
It's a snap pop, but it was a Newport box of cigarettes for Rose.
Oh.
But here, I'm gonna take this one right here. Hey, they call it Casa De Los Trucos.
That's right. There are tricks everywhere.
Encienda la luz. Let me see here.
What does that turn on? What is that? If you pull on that, what happens
I don't know.
there?
It's gonna shock the shit out of me.
It releases the gimp from the basement.
Damn! It shocked the shit out of me. I hate those. Number 3.
He's a showman.
He knew it was going to shock him, so he pulled it?
That's right. That's what happened. He knew what it was, and he was scared, and it did what he thought it was going to do.
See if it shocks you again. I think if you pull it, not every time, it may not. I don't know.
No, I know what this is. I know what this is. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to play around with it.
I love this.
I know what this is. All right, so. Sí, dame. See? I got you. Hey! Sorry, guys.
A fart machine.
Oh, Casa De Los Trucos. Anything can happen, Dano, including a fart machine.
High tech, though. It's not a whoopee
Did that guy just tell you to bend over? Were you just told to lean over to simulate?
Mic your butt, Tony. Mic your butt.
Simulate farting. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Classic.
We're doing comedy.
Comedy.
Whoa. All right, number 3. Oh, Jesus Christ. I heard a lot of calls for Davis Mills over the Sunday here. Ball knowers knew, Dano. Ball knowers knew. I tried to tell you guys.
Dang.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, Davis Mills, he's not that bad." And C.J. Stroud was worse. Number 2. Nothing like a chubby kicker wearing 92 deciding an incredible game with love handles and a beer gut. They went out to him on the sideline, and I'm like, who is that guy? It's Mervis, their kicker. He's like, he looks what Dan would look like, much smaller, much more compact.
Whoa.
But my bad. He looks like what Zaz would look like with pants and a football jersey on. Is Zaz there? Does he have a pulse?
Number 1.
Yes, whatever, man.
He's
why
here.
do you have to count on me to carry your bits?
Number 1.
Number 1, Dan, we spoke about it earlier. Let's move a little bit further here. Number 1, we spoke about it earlier. Caleb Williams. There's really nothing we could say outside of the terrible interception he threw to end the game. Aside from the terrible interception that he threw to end the game, it was one of the most incredible plays that I had ever seen. And I was sitting on the couch and I just kept saying, oh my God. The fact that he was running full sprint away from his own end zone for about 20 yards. The defensive linemen were like, what is he doing? Do we chase him? Do we not? All of a sudden turns around, throws a perfect fade away. Maybe a little bit of a push off by Cole Kmet. I say play on. But a perfect throw ends up going, 50 yards in the air. A 14-yard touchdown. It was one of the most incredible plays we've ever seen. It sucks that it happens in a loss, but as Dameshek will probably tell you, you need these bumps and bruises along the road to make sure that you are ready to get to the level of winning a Super Bowl. And sometimes you can't get there without a couple bumps and bruises. This is the bumps and bruises that Caleb Williams needs to maybe take that next step next year. So an incredible play by a guy who I was not super sold on to begin the year, but as he's gotten better and better through Ben Johnson's offense, it's been an incredible just upscaling from everything that he's done from a football perspective. So if there's anything you want down here at Casa De Los Trucos, I can bring you back something. Dan, if you want me to bring you the The buzzer thing that lit me up, I could do that. If you want the fart machine, I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead and buy the
see what
fart
else is
machine.
here.
Bring it back. I'm sure we'll have some
Fart
uses
machine,
for
okay.
it. And I have your clothes. I haven't tried it on. The clothes you bought for me, I will be wearing tonight at the live stream. All of
can't
the
wait
Cuban
to see
clothes
that.
that you bought for me, I will be wearing that tonight while you're at
from a
Dead
little
Flamingo.
birdie. Yes, I heard from a little birdie that you didn't think I actually bought the clothes. You were like, wait, he bought the clothes? Like, yeah, no, I bought the clothes, Daniel. Like, you're going to be dressing like you should be dressing, to be honest. It should be the way that you should be dressing all the time. And you chose not to. Let's come around the corner here. Let's see what else is going on.
Look at
How
all
about this,
those
Dan?
masks.
You wanna
Here,
get you one of
put on. Go ahead and put on one of those masks. But before you do that, I just want to play for you the highlight of this segment for us and for me, and what we will remember from that segment. Go ahead and play it.
Bo Nix breaks his ankle like. Nix breaks his ankle like. Yeah. That would rank like 6th or 7th on things that Zaz messed up this past week. Nix breaks his ankle like.
What happened with that Angus in the middle of there? Why was there an Angus in the middle of there?
Nix breaks his ankle like.
What? Who?
Because I saw the lady. I saw the lady getting ready to get me with the shocking thing, and I didn't want to get there eventually, so I had to I knew the thing on the chain was going to shock me, and I was like, I really don't want to get there, and she was kind of waving me like, hey, come on, like, let's do it, and then I'm like,
She's a trickster.
Well, this sounds like you were tasered.
Nix breaks his ankle like.
If an announcer during the Broncos
telling
game was trying to talk about Bo Nix and I came in and tasered him, it would sound like this.
Nix breaks his ankle like.
Let me hear Zaz's mess up. Was Zaz's worse than? Was it worse than Tony's?
Didn't you want to know how that? What were the kids doing?
Oh, come on, it's not even close.
Give me the other one.
Not even close.
The Packers win or the Bears lose.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Oh, it's a new week. Why don't we come up with
Guy
some new
can't even
material?
speak, dude.
Dead Flamingo
Guy can't
is
speak, it's
where
crazy.
Tony will be tonight. He takes the party with him, so enjoy that. And we will be doing live stream all night tonight during the national championship game. Thank you, Tony. You were the MVP of last week. Appreciate it. We will talk to you.
Guys, let me tell you something. One of the greatest joys of my life was when they finally opened the White Castle in my neighborhood in Phoenix, Arizona. I lost my mind because I'm so used to eating White Castle at home when I was in New York. Now I can have it all the time in Phoenix. But when I come to Miami, there's no White Castle. So you know what I do? Go to the freezer aisle, because right there, they got the variety pack with all the great White Castle flavor in there. You're getting a lot of slider styles. You're getting classic American cheese. You're getting jalapeno cheese. And if you're a bacon lover, you're getting that new cheddar bacon cheese sliders. The classic cheese gives you all the taste of a great American burger, while jalapeno cheese sliders give a serving of spicy to each bite. And the new cheddar bacon cheese? That literally brings home the bacon, folks! With real pieces of bacon in cheddar flavored cheese. Guys, I know what you're thinking. Your mouth is watering. My mouth is watering just reading this. That's completely normal. You can find each of these sliders where? In the grocery store, in the freezer aisle. Bonus, they're all in the same box. You don't even have to, I gotta get 4 boxes. No, it's one variety box. It's got them all in it. Perfect for game day, late nights, or anytime you just want something awesomely oniony, satisfying, steamy, and unapologetically cheesy. White Castle. Crave thy castle.
All right, kicking things off with Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the NFL and the number 1 vodka in the world. Chris Cody, you're here.
Smirnoff!
Wow, you're on the money with Smirnoff.
Smirnoff!
Chris, you know what goes great with Smirnoff?
Smirnoff!
Yes, but I'm really talking about the game day fit. The style's got to match the vibe.
Smirnoff!
All right, here's the deal. Game day is everything, and that's exactly why your fit has to match the occasion.
Smirnoff!
Starting this December, Smirnoff is giving fans 21 and over the chance to score limited edition Smirnoff commission merchandise from some of today's top creators, including Kayla Jones, Gavin Matthew, and Aleli May.
Smirnoff!
Here's the kicker. One lucky fan will take home the grand prize, a trip to the biggest game of the offseason. Plus, one fan will win Aleli May's one-of-one game day jacket.
Wow.
The merch will be dropped on select dates from December to January 21, and it's all courtesy of what brand?
Smirnoff!
That's right, Chris. Fans 21 and over can head to Smirnoff socials to learn how to sign up. And don't forget to grab a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, number 21 at your local retailer.
Smirnoff!
Please drink responsibly.
Smirnoff!
Number 21 vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anybody under legal drinking age.
Smirnoff!
No purchase necessary. Must be legal U.S. resident, 21 or older. Sweepstakes starts 12/15/2025 at 12 a.m. Eastern and ends 1/23/2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. See official rules at program website.
Happy New Year, everybody. 2026 is already getting off to an incredible start because you want to know how I rang in the new year? It was with a bunch of friends in a Dallas hotel lobby bar ordering a bunch of Miller Lights because that's how you do it. That's how you make special memories. Miller Lite has been by my side at many special football memories this year, and hopefully we get to write a few more memories with Miller Lite. Some of my most legendary moments have started that exact same way. A buddy's house, a lobby bar, a game, no big plan. And then you crack open a Miller Lite, you take a sip, and you look around, and you immediately recognize that you made the right call. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Don Le Batard.
No one else here is willing to do a Trump or a Biden.
That's not true, Dan.
Okay, Tony, you can catch
Man
up.
of 1,000 impersonations.
That's not bad, man.
Finally.
Not terrible. Pretty good.
Stugotz.
Yours is terrible.
You just got to get a little redder, a little pinker. You're right there, man.
Yours is not. You're Biden.
What do you mean?
Oh, his is good. That's
Dan.
actually not
His
bad.
is good.
Not terrible.
That's not terrible.
We got to come together.
A little southern
Little
twang
Bush.
there.
A little George Bush in that one.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
He mentioned the Caleb Williams interception. DJ Moore stopped running on that. He wasn't supposed to stop running. He just stopped his route because he knew it was covered. But I want to go back to the Davis Mills point that he made because I heard, I think it was Swagoo who was saying you got to consider at halftime of that game benching C.J. Stroud. And if you consider that, you're announcing to everyone, including C.J. Stroud, that you're done with him as your quarterback.
Yeah, you can't
going forward because he's still young. Like, he's got bumps and bruises. You've got to learn from how sloppy he was in this. He's the reason that defense isn't going to play for a Super Bowl. That defense is extraordinary. That defense totally suffocated the Patriots, but could not overcome its own quarterback.
They have an interesting decision now this offseason because he's going into year number 4, which is usually when you pick up that fifth-year option. So, like, what are they going to do? Are we picking up the fifth-year option? Are we signing him to the extension? Houston's got some. They have a delicate decision to make.
Is it fair, Dameshek, as the host of Football America? No Schultz, no Nico Collins. Not a small loss to not have Trent Brown. Literally not a small loss. 6'8", 380 pounds. You can't bench him there, can you? You can't go to Davis Mills when your offense is already that limited.
You definitely cannot, unless we learn in the coming days, nay hours, that there was something wrong with C.J. Stroud. Because if you look at how he also played on Monday night in Pittsburgh, I mean, he couldn't take snaps. I feel like we're going to hear, he had a little surgery on his wrist, something like that, because he just was fundamentally not like.
That's what I thought Stafford's problem was last night. Like on the broadcast, I kept hearing them. I don't know why Stafford's missing all these throws. His hand was busted up from last week. The throwing hand can't be busted up.
If it's not that, though, it's very similar to me to the 2017 Jaguars. They thought we're pretty close because we have this mighty defense and we think we have the answer. We used a high first to get the QB, which we have to solve. And now we think solved it. And we can win games in the NFL by kind of sort of hiding this guy or not making him the key feature of whether or not we win games. That was what the Jags did. They went forward with. They were high on their own supply and said, let's get over the hump with Blake Bortles. And they could have taken Lamar Jackson out of Louisville. Instead, they took defensive lineman from Florida, Taven Bryan, and that didn't work out so well. So it is if there's nothing wrong with C.J. Stroud, this is just who he is now in big spots, then I do think you have to consider moving on, to Zaz's point, at a big time to decide on his contract.
He was so good. Maybe the best we've ever seen a rookie quarterback 2 years ago. And he, not only is he not progressed from that, but like he hasn't even been that again.
So I want to get to the University of Miami game. I am done with football on the professional level for the rest of the show because we have what Zaz is correctly calling a possible forever night tonight. And I'm trying to come up with a time that South Florida has felt the way that it does right now. I know that Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final is obviously enormous, especially after the Panthers had blown a 3-0 lead. But hockey is not embraced by every segment of our community in South Florida. Hockey is not the sport in America that football is. For Miamians, one of the lasting memories of Hall of Famer Jason Taylor's career here, he was a rose growing in a sewer during the years that he was here, his excellence largely wasted because they never had a quarterback, was the scene in Losing Locker Rooms of him just broken in front of his locker when they let the media in. And I saw it again and again and again where he would just be what Josh Allen was yesterday, crushed in front of his locker.
And Tua laughs on the sideline.
It is super rare for a Hall of Famer to say, you know what I want to do? I'm going to be the defensive line coach on a college team. I'm going to keep going to college practices and try and make sure that college kids are listening to me. Usually, the Hall of Famers want to start at the top of the food chain. They don't want to. Marshall Faulk was a running back coach for Deion Sanders, but it's usually pretty rare.
I mean, how about even before that? Wasn't he the secondary coach at Aquinas? Wasn't even the head coach.
It's becoming more common. Jason Witten was hired as the tight ends coach for Oklahoma just a couple weeks ago. I honestly think it's kind of like the Deion effect, where you saw him go back to college, have so much success, and however you want to define that. But I think it's becoming and I think there's more money in college football now, and it's sort of opened up the floodgates, which I'm excited for because I think it kind of makes the sport a little more approachable for people.
Also, in those first two examples, like Jason Taylor was at Aquinas when Mason Taylor was there, so he was there coaching his kid. And then Deion started in coaching his son as well. So there is that tie, but then it's continued. And Witten is not an example of that.
But you say what she's right when she says there's more money in college football. You see that Oregon's quarterback and Ole Miss's quarterback, they want to stay in college instead of going to the pros, even though they're going to be top picks. But here's Jason Taylor after the win against Ole Miss talking about the idea of bringing a championship back to Miami.
You played a lot of football in that stadium you guys are going back to. What would it mean to bring a championship in football in South Florida?
Yeah, you're damn right. To get a chance to play for a championship, or not me playing, but watch my guys play, because they got nothing to do with me. But it's a blessing, man. I'm happy for the players. You know, my time in the sun is over, so I get to sit back and live through the 17 guys in my room and the 120 guys on this team, and I'm blessed to do it. So I'm excited for them. You know, guys like Bain and Mesidor and Ahmad Moat and those guys that are here from the beginning. When we were lacking in a lot of things, and they fought their butts off to get to this point.
Lucy, Mendoza gets rid of the ball a lot slower, and when I say a lot slower, it's a second slower than Trinidad Chambliss. Your thoughts on the advantage that Miami's defensive line may or may not have against Indiana's offensive line?
I don't want to go too far with it because Indiana, as Miami has a great offensive line, as does Indiana. Like Fernando Mendoza usually stays protected in this. I just think he's so accurate with what he does that's what my concern is. If you get pressure on Mendoza, are you going to mess with that accuracy? Because he has been pressured this season. Ohio State has a good defense. Iowa has a good defense. I just think people are underestimating how good Indiana's line is and how good Indiana's receivers are, because he can throw it anywhere and they're going to go out and make that
And
catch.
the other factor is that I'm not sure cynically will carry over to the next level for him, but he can run away from pressure, and people regularly forget about that. He is a factor with his legs.
Yes, he's an athlete, but when Indiana played on the road at Iowa, they were held to 20 points.
We do that to everybody, though. Let's go.
When Indiana played on the road against Ohio State, they were held to 13 points.
That was a home game for Indiana.
Forgive me.
It was in Indianapolis, so
forgive me. I confused that in the Penn State game. They scored 27 at the very end against Penn State.
C-A-N-E-S kids! Yeah, boy! boy Sedano.
Sedano is in town. Yeah. He is doing his local Los Angeles show, and he is bringing the extra Cuban in here.
You guys got anything like that?
Same time slot I used to be in on 710 ESPN in Los Angeles. Sedano came in and thieved like the night. About 20 years after I left.
You have to be careful with those Cubans. They will steal it.
Does Indiana have anything as cool as that, what we just did? I don't think so.
They do.
What do they got?
I think it's
Are
fun.
you kidding me?
What's their
the thing I will say about the U is that is a cool sort of corner of tradition and otherwise. It feels to me like the alumni are prouder of the Canes than any... I don't want to get hyperbolic, but is that accurate to say? I don't think at the player level there's more puff your chest out among ex-players than we're seeing right now from the Canes.
Yeah. I thought you meant in general, and I was about to be like, no, like, look at Dan. He really doesn't seem that excited.
Yeah,
but
the
then
alumni
you said
don't
players,
care.
and I said, okay, yeah, they really care.
If you're talking fans, most people didn't go there, but the athletes, spot on.
Jason Taylor was also once in my childhood home, the home that I grew up in. Many moons later, my mom was trying to sell the house, and Jason Taylor brought his mom over to take a look at it to see if she might be interested in Pittsburgh, PA. They said no.
2 minutes for a shit contribution.
I disagree with that one.
Dave Dameshek will be with us throughout the live stream tonight.
I'm not going. Chris Cody. I don't think he's an official. I don't think he's in a position to sign penalties.
Going's not allowed. You got to respect the call of the official. Getting back to what it is that I was saying, though, Lucy, about the...
I'm standing up for Buffalo. I'm not going to stand for the call.
You have to leave, and if you don't leave, you will be punished in a way much more serious than just a little penalty that goes for 2 minutes.
Yeah, Dan will look at you naked like he did with Zaz.
You have to respect. You have to respect the call.
Hello, listeners. You know that I live in Miami, which means my idea of quote-unquote winter is just putting on a hoodie or a cardigan and acting like I've suffered. But every time that I travel somewhere that's actually cold, I'm reminded that my wardrobe is completely and utterly unprepared. But that right there is where Quince comes in. I also realized that if I'm going to be on camera for broadcast gigs, I probably shouldn't look like I just grabbed whatever was closest to the door. Quince makes clothes that deliver premium materials, thoughtful design, and pieces that hold up season after season after season after season. And particularly with Quince, their outerwear has been the thing that's especially impressed me. Those down jackets, wool coats, Italian leather, and folks, that cashmere sweater, ridiculously soft, looks great, and somehow doesn't cost what you'd expect. Trust me, I am the only one on this show who actually dresses to impress, and Quince is what's now helping me do it. Refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Dan. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dan.
Dan Batard.
I got a Slater scoop.
Stugotz.
He f***ed us.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz.
We got some breaking news here, Dan. Tonight, you know, you thought all eyes were on Hard Rock Stadium until you found out that Matthew Tkachuk returns tonight for your two-time Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. That's right. Chucky in the lineup, season debut.
Our hero.
Lucy, as I was saying, the total in the game tonight, last I checked, was 48.5. I suspect that most people would assume it'll be a game more like Iowa and Ohio State against Indiana. When I talk about Indiana having a good offensive line, but Miami also having an excellent defensive line, are you not expecting Mendoza to look more like he looked against Iowa when they scored 20 points and Ohio State when they scored 13, given that those defensive lines are comparable to Miami's, but I don't think as good as Miami's?
I don't think that I do think he's not going to look like he did against Oregon, but what I took away from that Iowa game, that Ohio State game, is even though he was not like the most active factor in what was happening in those games, when there was the moment that Fernando Mendoza needed to do something, he did it. That late pass against Ohio State, the late one against Iowa, he was accurate, he was on time. The two ones against Penn State that are still just like unbelievable, like crazy plays. Those were his Heisman moments. Every single time you've had to rely on Mendoza, he has delivered. I think that's sort of an interesting aspect when you're looking at the Miami side of things, because recently that has been the case for Carson Beck, but that has not always been the case for Carson Beck. When Mendoza, from start to finish this season, the second that Indiana needed him to win, he did. I don't necessarily know if that's always the same case with Carson Beck, who has looked better lately and did that against Ole Miss. It's just a very interesting quarterback matchup.
Ole Miss is the only time he has done that. It's the only time he's been asked to do it, and it's the only time that he has done it. And I don't know how much confidence Hurricane fans had in him being able to do it after Ole Miss scored with 3 minutes late. And I think part of the thing that comes into play, and it is not irrelevant, it's hugely important, it's the wear and tear of how a defense feels after 4 quarters of being manhandled, 7 yards a carry, physically outclassed by 50 pounds per position along the offensive and defensive lines.
And I think that's important to mention the type of games Miami has had to play in the playoff, which have all been, pretty much slugfests. And Indiana has not had to play those. Every game they've played has been over by halftime, which is just absolutely an insane sentence to say. And I still sit here, this whole trip this weekend for me has just been me walking around going, I can't believe Indiana is here. Like, none of this feels real to me at all.
Lucy, I keep saying about it, if you would have said to me at any point in the last, since I started at IU, they will beat the mighty Alabama Crimson Tide in the Rose Bowl. They will hammer them there. They're going to beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. They're going to beat Oregon twice and manhandle them in doing so. I would say, boy, that would be great if they could do those things in the next 40 years. They did it. They did it in 1 month. It's crazy, but I'm also happy, to your point. I get how the postseason has gone for them. I'm thankful from the Hoosier side that they were tested at Iowa and at Penn State, because the cross sports. I always think of the Houston Cougars against NC State in the '83 college basketball. They were never tested, and all of a sudden, it's got to be a stunning feeling like, oh my God, we really might lose a game. Thank goodness they've at least experienced that somewhere along the way.
No, I agree with that. I think that was part of the issue last season, was they didn't really have anybody on their schedule last year, so they play Ohio State, they get beat pretty badly, and then you finally have a close game against Notre Dame and you don't win. This year they have experience with close games, and they've played a tougher schedule, like not playoff-wise, but in general a tougher schedule than Miami. You beat Oregon twice, you beat Penn State, who I know didn't have a great season, but like still a talented team. Ohio State, Iowa, like this is a very like tested Indiana team who has beaten teams by a lot of points and also like been able to escape, and that all comes down to the way Mendoza played in those like clutch moments for Indiana. So like if you're looking at this game and you're just going, what quarterback do I believe in more? It's got to be Mendoza in this situation.
I know we're talking about the home field advantage for Miami, but Dan, you worried at all about the weather? Because it's going to be cold. This is all of a sudden that home field advantage gone.
It's like the Rams going. 50s. Yeah, it's like the Rams going into Chicago.
This is crazy.
The weather favors Indiana.
Malachi Toney playing in a game where the weather's in the 50s. Miami maybe should be a little bit worried about their own weather.
Dan, very quickly, a quick question, because I was contemplating this. If the Bears had won that game last night, do they say dispatch the plan, get rid of the dome idea? We're done with that. Do you see the advantage that being in the cold provided us?
Is it going to be a dome?
Yes, they're doming it. It's a ridiculous thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to distract from the big game tonight.
It's going to be cold, Dameshek. Going to be cold tonight. 57 degrees.
Eek.
That's like warm to Indiana. That's like summertime.
Exactly.
We are on the precipice when Dameshek says what he is saying here about in what world do you have us beating Oregon twice and Penn State and Ohio State and then Miami. We're on the precipice of two things. Not only Indiana producing the single best and most surprising season in the history of college football, but also being forever the spot on where we can all say how NIL and money changed everything, and changed it like that. Because the idea that that program with a century of failure on its resume would go through a run like that, only money explains it. Like you could give the credit to Cignetti, you could give the credit to Mendoza if you want, but the NIL money changing everything is the only thing that allows a a program with this kind of pedigree, which is no pedigree, to run through the gauntlet that it's run through.
I think that is kind of like scariest part of all of this is this will be Curt Cignetti's least talented Indiana team. Because if you look at what Indiana has done in the portal this year, it's them and Texas Tech. It's no one else. They have made an absolute killing, and it's a lot of it is money. It's something like a little stat that we hear on all the broadcasts is that Indiana has the largest alumni base in the country. So
is that true?
They say it all the time. I've heard that about Michigan, so I was like, how true is this? I think they count the Indiana satellite campuses and other towns, but they have so many alumni.
And they all have oil money? How do they have so much money?
Mark
Indiana
Cuban
doesn't have oil money, but
a healthy media empire. Jane Pauley on down.
It's interesting to see, it's something I've kind of been looking into, and I'm going to look more into in the offseason, is the way that these, better academic schools are performing more, because Indiana's got a top 10 business school. So when you look at the SEC, who academically
Journalism
really isn't, up to what an Indiana, Michigan is, you can kind of see the difference in how much money is pouring into these different programs, which I think is really, kind of fascinating that we are sort of having to, factor in the school stuff now, which we never really had to do before. But yeah, Indiana's entire run is two factors. It's, hey, they have money, they've spent money. And I think people forget, I don't believe Mark Cuban was giving money to Indiana before this season. He didn't give any money. Yeah, he didn't give them any money last year. He did this year. I think it was a blank check this year. But it's all Curt Cignetti, what he's been able to do, which will be studied forever. Curt Cignetti has permanently changed. He'll be a Hall of Fame coach. He might be the greatest coach of all time for what he's done for that Indiana team. But he has made college football a lot more difficult for everybody else now. He's made it tougher for other schools because you are all going to want what he's done, and I don't think you can replicate it. And it's people who don't watch the sport, I can't emphasize enough how truly dog shit Indiana was. They were so unbelievably bad. The fan base.
We went 8-3 a couple of times when I was there with Bill Mallory.
A pinstripe bowl was the peak. Everyone would have been thrilled.
Everyone will be reminded.
They would have built him a statue for 8-4.
Juju Gotti's going to be here in a few minutes for the post-game show in order to talk about what it is that happened to his Bills. We're going to be doing a shorter show here because we're going to give you another show at night. We're going to go 3 or 4 straight hours. Live stream tonight. Tony will be at Dead Flamingo. Got a whole host of surprises for you and guests, and we're gonna do it big on what is a giant game in the history of South Florida, any sport. Let's hear from Ruben Bain here, though, on the tears are a big story today with Josh Allen and Deion Dawkins and Brandon Cooks crying in the Bills locker room. Here's Ruben Bain telling you he's crying either way.
I was actually sitting on the bench at practice with my dad 2 days ago. I told him I'm going to cry. No matter the outcome of the game, I know I'm going to cry because it's really my last game. And it's been a long but quick 3 years, spending all my time here in Miami. And it's like a fairy tale story for me because I get to start it off at Hard Rock, to end it at Hard Rock. So I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to cry.
Folks, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sports book for live betting, is turning up the stakes this NFL playoffs. Each Sunday, every DraftKings customer has a shot at over $2.5 million in prizes. Open up the DraftKings Sportsbook app and opt in. Place a live bet of just $1 or more on Sunday's playoff games, and every live bet gets you another chance to win. The more you bet, the more entries you stack all Sunday long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use code DAN. Bet live for your share of $2.5 million in prizes with code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Happy New Year, everybody. 2026 is already getting off to an incredible start because you want to know how I rang in the new year? It was with a bunch of friends in a Dallas hotel lobby bar ordering a bunch of Miller Lights because that's how you do it. That's how you make special memories. Miller Lite has been by my side at many special football memories this year, and hopefully we get to write a few more memories with Miller Lite. Some of my most legendary moments have started that exact same way. A buddy's house, a lobby bar, a game, no big plan. And then you crack open a Miller Lite, you take a sip, and you look around, and you immediately recognize that you made the right call. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.